Alrighty folks, want to welcome you back for another capture video that I'm going to be doing. This is on Yates Computers Tips and Reviews. So this was brought up to my attention again, and I kind of thought, well, maybe I need to do a video on this because it's being more and more common that people are doing this. Computers nowadays have more and more of these ports to make this available. And if you've read the title, you already know what I'm talking about, but this is going to be multi-screens. Nowadays, you can get the new video cards that have 4 video outputs. You can hook multiple video cards on. You can have 8 screens. You can do video walls. You can do all kinds of things now off a computer. Where in the old days you had one screen. Oh, you needed more space, so you bought a bigger screen. Usually is what you did. So, you had a 14-inch monitor, you went to an 18-inch monitor, you went to a 21, you went to a 25. Now you have these ultra-wides. Now you can hook up 2 ultra-wides, you can hook up 4 ultra-wides, you can hook up a lot of different configurations depending on what you got. So, it was brought up again to me that how do you change and configure your displays? So if you right click on the back screen, your home screen there, you see this box that comes up, and this is on Windows 10. I'll do another video for Windows 11 because it's a little different, but it's pretty much the same if you can get to the same windows. In here, this is where I end up having a lot of questions that I have a lot of people that I have to forward to. Is you get on your screen and you want to go to your screen that's over here on the right, but it's over here on the left side. You have to go to the left to go to your screen that's on the right. It's actually a very, very easy remedy. You right or left click on the box, you drag it over to where you want it, to here. Now, this is where things kind of have been for a long time, and things have gotten really more advanced than this little simple process. This process can come involved with your laptop, if you're doing a presentation. All these little different settings come in here. Now, if you scroll down, you actually have your sizes of your screen. My work display, I had to go to the 125 because the resolution, the size, it made the icons pretty small. Windows 11, it's a little bit more difficult to go in and do a lot of customizations. I found it was really easy just to click the 125%. It made all my boxes look good. It made a lot of things look a lot better. Then, if you can scroll down, you will have more display options. Let's see, this one's being a little strange for me right now. It move down. But while I'm here, let me show you. You have these identify. This will tell you what screen you're looking at. So this is screen 1. Screen 2 is something different. There we go. Now down here you have your resolution size. When you click on, now as you saw, there's 2 different boxes there because there's 2 different size monitors connected to this. You can actually set different resolutions, different layouts, how you want it. You might have one this way, you might have one standing up, vertical. Some people do that for their email so they can get more display on there. There's a lot of different choices you can do. Then this is where a lot of people have a lot of issues also. When you hook up that secondary monitor, third monitor, whatever you're doing, projector wise, ran into this problem with Windows 11 where someone had something open on their laptop on their secondary screen. They went out to the work site, opened up their laptop, tried to run that software. The software would not come up on the main screen. It took me quite a while to figure out how to do that because of these options where it was an extended screen, it was an extra monitor. You can duplicate, so you can have the same screen on all 4 monitors. That's good for like training scenarios. If you have one computer, you have one instructor going through one presentation, you can have 4 monitors where you can have 4 people sitting in front of their own monitor, or maybe multiple TVs if you're in a bigger room with more people. Events, shows like that where they have big screens, most of it's duplicating that monitor. And then it also has show only 1, show only 2. That's basically the same thing as a duplication, except for what is your primary screen. You can change that up here in these settings. That's where these I have not really used these 2 settings. Most of the time these 2 settings work out perfectly for anything I need. And it has, make this my main monitor. That's one of the other main issues that a lot of people have had, because they might have an HDMI output on there, they might have a display output, they might have a VGA output, or another output where you can't just switch the monitor cables. You really don't have to do that. You can configure that all in here. If you hit make this my main monitor, that's going to be your main monitor. When you log in, your login screen shows up. All of those type of things show up depending on what software you're running and all of that. Sometimes it doesn't give you your boxes, your clock, so you'd want that on your main monitor where you want that. So that's some of the variables here. The new variable that's coming out is, what if you have 4 monitors, 5 monitors, 6 monitors? The thing that a lot of people didn't, I have one person that I work with that has 4 monitors. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4's down there. There's an interesting concept that probably a lot of people have never really thought of. Stacking monitors. So now when you scroll down, you go down to the other monitor, instead of going left or right. You can actually do a big square with all 4 monitors if you want it. So you have these little variables here. Maybe you have 2 vertical monitors you want to put on this side, so you have a long display, maybe system log, some kind of email. Maybe you get a lot of emails, you got to keep track of all your emails, and it's gotten to a point where you have one already vertical to get enough information on that screen so you can see enough emails, but maybe you got to stack 2 vertical. So you can do that. You can have 1 horizontal, your main monitor, 2 vertical for whatever else you're going to need. You never know. You might even have to do 2 vertical on one side, 2 vertical on that side, or 2 vertical and 2 vertical. Depending on your situations. These weren't things that you did in the old days, but these are more and more common type of things out there now that I went, you know what? I really needed to do a quick little video on this. I know it's a pretty simple video, but if you're trying to configure this and you're trying to go in there and you're trying to do it and you don't know, you can mess around with this for hours. You could try to figure this out forever. Going, oh man, should I switch video cards around because I need this one here? And some people have done all that to avoid not knowing all of these options you have. And of course, this is Windows 10. Windows 11, you can do pretty much all this in here too. It's a little different layout, so I'll end up doing a video on that because pretty much Windows 10 only has a few years left on it. But issue is, still a few bugs in Windows 11 that need to be addressed, need to be worked out. So a lot of people are going to stay with Windows 10 as long as they can until they have to go to Windows 11, and hopefully all the bugs will be fixed. So this is why I'm doing this video now, because this was brought up. I had someone ask me and I went, oh, you know what? Maybe I do need to do a video on this, because this is more and more common now to have 2 monitors, 3 monitors. Especially people that are gaming and doing other type of things. you might have this kind of a scenario where you need to structure these monitors in a certain way that it accommodates what features work best for you. I know in the old days we would just go, okay, that's how it is, we'll work with it. If you have these little flexible options that you know how to do, that makes things easier, makes it more custom for what you need, it's a lot nicer. So that's basically what this video is about, is simply your multi-display, single display, duplicating, replicating, whatever you need it to do. Not actually how to plug them in and connect them and all of that type of stuff, because that scenario will be different pretty much for every single user, because every user will have a different scenario for what they have, because they have different ports, different configurations, different video cards, and all of those type of things. So that's kind of the simplest. Once you got it hooked up, you got the monitors on your desk, you got them where you got them, and then you fire up the computer and you go, oh man, this is going over here, and I want it over here, and I want this over there. This is how you remedy that without crawling under the desk, playing with any of that stuff, without reconfiguring anything, without redoing anything. This is actually the proper way to do it. So I wanted to do a video on that, because that could save you headaches, can save you backache, can cause you pains, could cause you injuries by you crawling under there and hitting your head on the desk and doing other things that happen, trying to reconfigure stuff and trying to look up, oh, did I do that right? So this is what I really wanted to show. It's really not that hard. Again, you left click, you drag it where you want, and it doesn't have to be directly under. You can put it in weird positions. So I wanted to show that, so that, you know, maybe you have two smaller monitors underneath the big monitor. You have a million different selections here that you can do. So I wanted to go through that and really show that. I know it's a really simple basic thing, but again, like I've said before, it's these little basic things that can cost you an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours to go, man, I'm stuck, I can't figure it out. And it's something really simple that basically I can show you right here that you can do. You can figure out, oh, I want to go straight across here over, or maybe because you might want to stay away from these icons you have down here. So you move your monitor up so it's easier to get to than, oh, I come over here and I accidentally hit this, or this thing pops up, or you have Teams, or you have your weather apps, and you have all these little things that are down here now and the windows that will pop up and get in your way and distract you. So there's a little bit of flexibility if you have a small monitor, big monitor. Even if you have the same size monitors, you can offset them if you like that kind of a situation. Maybe you work a lot on the top of the monitor and you just need to go straight across. Or again, if you have same size monitors, you can easily just go back and forth, no problem. So I wanted to sum that up. I wanted to actually show you also between the different monitor sizes so you can see, because probably most scenarios people will have the same kind of monitors, and you go, oh, should I add a third monitor? And maybe you have an older monitor that you want to use for something. Maybe you use 2 monitors and you go, man, it would be nice to have a third for just email, and you can get away with a small monitor. So you end up with 3 monitors, 2 one size, 1 a smaller size. You can see that you can do this. You can see how it is, how you configure it, how you can do it. Maybe you want a small monitor in the middle, 2 big monitors on the ends, on the sides. You can do all of that. So I know I've gone on a lot on this, but home users, small business users, all of those type of things, this is more of probably where you're at. Maybe even a big business where you have someone that decides all of a sudden, I want 2 monitors or I want 3 monitors, and most of your business is only using 1 monitor. This might be a saving grace that you go, oh, okay, now I understand how to do this without going in there and trying to figure it out on the fly. So I want to thank everybody for watching another video from Yates Computers Tips and Reviews. I'll be posting this one pretty soon. I hope you enjoy it. Hit the bell. Make sure you all subscribe. Let people know I'm out there. Word of mouth. Spread it. Email it. Post it on your Facebooks, your other pages. Let people know this is out there. You know, this might be information that helps you, might be information that helps someone you know. Refer them to this. Thank you so much for watching another video from Yates Computers Tips and Reviews, and I'm wrapping this one up.